Good, happy Thursday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Business News. Let's get started. Here's a look at your stock markets right now. The Dow Industrial closed and went up in the green at 18,011.07. S&P 500 also closed in the green and went up at 211.3.32. And the Nasdaq also closed in the green and went up at 4910.04. Dow tops 18K as stocks surge more than 1% ahead of Buxton vote results. And we have a video for you, so we're going to play that video right now.
And chocolate. Discover Magnum Chocolate Pleasure.
Hello, all. Bob Pisani on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Happy Brexit Day. I can't figure out whether we're in London or not. Art's here as usual. And can you explain what's going on here? We just did a hit with Kayla Tausche in London looking like she was going to float down the river. It was raining that hard. The general perception is this favors those who want to leave. They're more passionate. And yet the market's acting like they know something.
The market's acting like somebody thinks they know something because all of the safe havens are being unwound. There's a lot of money being put to work. There was a lot of money put to work in Europe. At one point, their averages were up the equivalent of 350 points in the Dow. So somebody's spending money hand over fist, and you're dead right. It was raining very early on. It broke for about an hour and a half, and now it's coming down torrentially, and they still have about 5 hours to go. So it's
all right, so the theory here is what? That smart money has done its own polling, and they think they know what's going to happen? Is that what's going on?
That's the presumption here, is that, there have been rumors all week, as you well know, that the hedge funds, some hedge funds, were going to go out and hire private exit pollsters. They don't do exit polling on these elections in England. So they would, if they could do it, they might have a leg up. But I can't believe that there's been a big enough vote or a big enough swing that somebody would be spending this kind of money. There's got to be a little uncertainty left.
Do bear in mind, if this is correct about the hedge funds going out and doing private polling, these are the same geniuses that are supposedly supposed to outperform the stock market and never do. So take all of this with a grain of salt. But it is rather remarkable. So what you have here is the market looks like a perfect U in the last month, essentially moving down in the first part of June on concerns that Brexit was real, and then turning around, and really it was the murder of that MP that sort of was the bottom for that.
Yeah, that assassination turned things around, for sure, at least, and in the market's mind too. Now, the other thing is, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but it's not just that Remain has got to win. It's got to win big enough that this doesn't become a festering problem. There's a possibility, if it's a very tight win, that it can come up again in another couple of months. People won't go away with it.
No, we're not going to live through this again. We're already, I think all of us are a little over this whole thing, and let's get a vote one way or another on it. Let's assume that the vote is to stay in at this point. We still have to deal with a lot of things. I think we all agree if the vote is to leave, the market's going to have problems tomorrow, particularly with the Russell. Vote to stay in. We're still dealing with slow growth in the United States and no growth in some parts of the world, and still dealing with flat, in some cases negative interest rates. A lot of stuff doesn't go away. Nothing has changed. That's what's so annoying about this whole thing. Brexit doesn't change anything if the vote is to stay. We're still back with the same problem.
What's happening is the house does not go on fire, but the neighborhood is still bad.
Great.
So,
okay, he's always good with the metaphors. All right, let's leave it at that. Let's deal with that tomorrow. We'll be there, and either way, he's going to be here exclusively with us. You know the drill. CNBC.com. Have a good one.
Okay, and there you have it. And that does it for business news right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great rest of your Thursday evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.